Hello everyone, I am Putisaning Pradini, English Language Education student from 5th class. In this video, I would like to demonstrate the strategy that can the English teacher use in the teaching reading. Reading is an activity that used to gain information in the text. Teaching reading is the way of the teacher to help the student get the purpose of reading in order to understand the literal meaning of the text. Therefore, English teachers have to find the effective strategy in teaching reading that can make their student improve their reading skill. The teacher can use visualizing-organizing strategy in teaching reading. Visualizing-organizing strategy is the strategy that can constructing an image mental and graphic organizer for the purpose to extracting and constructing the meaning from the text. In visualizing-organizing strategy, the English teacher can use a diagram, or it called as a story mapping. Story mapping helps the student to more focus with the main element or the important element that contained in the text, such as the characters, the plot, the problems, the resolution, and etc. This graphic organizer helps the student to capture and also organize the information. Moreover, the student can relate new information to previously learned information, so that can improve their understanding in reading the text. This strategy is very suitable to apply for the 10th grade students of senior high school. And for the English material that will be taught is narrative text. The numbers of the students as participants in these activities are 25 students. Before going to apply this strategy in the classroom, the teacher have to prepare the tools to support the learning process. The tools that the teacher have to prepare are: the first one is the learning material. The second one is the PowerPoint. The third one is the LCD. The fourth one is laptop, and the last one but not least is the diagram of story mapping. Alright everyone, now I would like to demonstrate the implementations of teaching reading by using visualizing-organizing strategy for 10th grade student of senior high school. Hello student, how are you today?
We are good, ma'am. How about you, ma'am?
Oh, done. I'm pretty good too, thank you. Before we start the lesson today, I need one student to lead our prayer today. Okay, Aris, would you like to lead our prayer today?
Yes, of course,
Okay,
ma'am.
please.
Pray start. Pray end.
Thank you, Aris. Okay, student. Anyone absent today?
No one absent today,
No?
ma'am.
Very good. Alright. Student, do you know what we are going to learn today?
No, ma'am.
Anyone can guess? No? Okay, let me show you one picture that help you to guess what the topic that we are going to learn today. Here. Are you familiar with this picture?
Yes, miss.
Have you watched or read this the films or maybe the story that related with this picture? Yes? Okay, Dia, can you guess the names of characters in
Cinderella,
this?
ma'am.
Okay, of course. Her name is Cinderella. Cinderella are familiar or related with the films and the story that's very popular, right? Okay. Let me ask you, have you ever watched or have you ever read the story about Cinderella? Yes? What do you think about that?
It's about romance.
Very good. Okay, now the Cinderella, or the story about Cinderella is about fairy fables, right? And now, what kind of the text that's explain or related about fairy fables? Anyone can guess?
Me, ma'am.
Yes, Devi?
Narrative text.
Very good! Correct! Yes, narrative text. So today, students, we are going to learn about narrative text. Have you ever heard before about narrative text? Okay, let me tell you. What is narrative text? Narrative text is an imagination story to entertain people. Narrative text is also meant as spoken or written accounts of connected events or a story. Narrative text contain four generic structure. The first one is orientation, the second one is complication, the third one is resolution, and the last one is reorientations. Alright, Amarta, would you like to explain the meaning of orientations in the text of narrative text?
Where the characters of the
Okay.
story are introduced, ma'am.
Very good, correct, yes. Orientation is about the opening of the paragraph where the characters of the story introduced. Okay, Aris, would you like to explain about the meaning of complications?
Where the problem in the story develop.
Correct. Complication is where the problems in the story develop. Resolution. Okay. Ayu, would you like to explain it?
Where the problem in the
Alright.
story is solved, ma'am.
Well done. Where the problem in the story is solved. And the last structure of narrative text. Okay. Ogi, would you like to explain it?
It's contain the lesson from the story, ma'am.
Alright, it's contain the lessons of the story. Thank you everyone. For the next, we will learn about what is the purpose of narrative text. The purpose of narrative text is to amuse or to entertain the reader with a story. And let me show you one of the example of narrative text. And as seen with the picture, I will show you the story about Cinderella. Okay? I will give you 5 minutes to read it. Okay, student, have you done?
Yes, ma'am.
Alright, I will point some of you to answer my questions. Okay, Ayu, what do you think about this story?
The Cinderella found her
Okay.
true love, ma'am.
Thank you. Okay, Amarta, how many characters on the Cinderella story?
5, ma'am.
Correct. Thank you. And for Ayu, how is the plot event of the Cinderella story? Would you like to explain it?
Cinderella life is very sad, man,
Yes.
until he found the princess and make her happy.
Okay, everyone, that's well done. Correct. Cinderella story, like in the slide, have three generic structures. The first one is the orientation. In these orientations, the characters are introduced, like we have read before about the generic structure. And the second one, in the complications, there are contained the problem of the story, right? And the last one is the resolutions. The resolution is contain how the problems is solved. Okay, everyone, that's all about narrative text. Anyone questions? Do you have anyone? Do you have some questions?
No, ma'am.
No? Alright, I'm sure that all of you really understand about narrative text, right? Because of that, I will give you one exercise to make sure you're understanding about narrative text. For the next instructions, please listen to me carefully. I will explain the step you're doing this exercise. What you have to do is the first one, you will work in a pair and you free to choose your friends. The second one, I will show you one example of narrative text. The third one is I will give each of group a paper or a diagram of story mapping. The story mapping contains the title, the setting, the characters, the problem, the plot event, the result of the story, and the last one is the moral value that contained in the story. So, you have to read first of the narrative text and also you have to complete the story mapping we discussed with your friends. And I will give you 30 minutes for the time allotment. Is that enough? Okay? Okay, thank you. I will give each of the student one of the story mapping. Okay? Okay, then you can start it from now. Have you done to discuss it? Now let's discuss the story mapping together. What is the title of the text? Who want to guess? Who want to answer? Okay, Debbie, please. Yes, correct. The Princess and the Frog. And for the next, what is the settings of the story? It can be setting of the times and also the place. Okay, Arya, please.
Long time ago, ma'am, in a big village.
Yes, correct. Thank you, Arya. For the next, the characters. How many characters that contain in the story? Okay, Diane, would you like to answer it?
There are 4 characters, ma'am.
Okay.
The frog, the princess, the king,
princess,
and the prince,
frog.
ma'am.
Alright, thank you, that's correct. For the next, what is the problem of the story? Of your head? Okay, that's okay.
Princess fall her golden ball into
Okay,
pond.
that's correct. Yes, the problem is the princess dropped her golden ball into the pond. Right. For the next is the plot event. Who like to summarize the plot event of the story? Okay. Arya.
Princess met with the frog that turned to be handsome boy and they married, ma'am.
Thank you, Arya. That's very correct. Give applause to your friend. And for the next one is the result of the story or the outcomes of the story. Who want to answer?
My eye, ma'am.
Yes. Ananda, would you like to answer it?
The princess and the frog prince married, ma'am.
Okay, that's correct. Thank you, Ananda. And the last one but not least is the moral value that contained on the story. What we can learn from this story. Okay.
Don't look someone from the cover, ma'am.
Alright, that's really good. Yeah, we don't have to look someone from the cover, right? And the next one? Okay, Ria?
We have to kind with all the
Alright.
people, ma'am.
That's good, yeah. We have to good attitude with all of people. Alright, students, I think we have learned a lot of things about narrative text today. And I'm sure that you understand about the meaning, the general instructions, and also the purpose of narrative text. And all of you are already good to complete the story mapping that I give to you. And that's all for today's. I hope you enjoy this class and I will end the class today. Thanks for your attention and good morning.